Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to share with you one of my many secrets of how I make money rebuilding cars and answer a lot of questions that you guys continually ask me. And this 2008 Lexus IS 250 is going to help me do just that. Okay, so let me tell you a little story about this car and how I got it. I came into a towing yard. They didn't have insurance on it and they just abandoned it there. So I bought it from the towing yard. It hit a pole right here and it was going backwards when it did, so everything got pushed forward. Kind of peeled the front of the car right off the cowl. Kind of a strange hit. No airbags deployed. All that stuff was still good. Seat belts, and I did use some of it. But I paid $400 for it. No auction fees because I bought it straight from the tow yard. No transportation fees because, well, it wasn't too far away. About a week after I had it, I sold the deck lid and the rear bumper off of it for $450. So I'd already gotten back 100% of my cost and made a little money. So now I use the rest of it to fix all my other cars. So if you've been wondering, why are you always fixing the same kind of car? Well, here you go. Sometimes you buy builds and you buy parts cars to fit your builds. And sometimes you have a parts car, so you buy builds to fit your parts car. And that's exactly what I did. So I've used 3 doors, a roof assembly, sunroof assembly, headliner, back glass, this rear body panel, quarter panel, which you guys saw recently, engine, transfer case, center pillar, and there's probably, I use lots of little odds and ends, which really save you a lot of money. But even if you figure just those parts that I used are probably worth about $2,000. Now, if I went to a junkyard, I'm gonna pay a lot more than that, but I do have to figure in, I do have some costs associated with this vehicle. I have to pay for a storage yard to keep it at. I have to pay for my time to take all these parts off and to go down to said storage yard. So it's not totally free. I do figure in everything that I put into these cars. So I'm still saving about $2,000 on these builds. So this one car that I paid $400 for, maybe about a 500% profit. Can't complain about that. Not to mention, we're not even gonna talk about, I've sold all the seats, power steering control module, amplifier, door panels, wheels, tire pressure sensors, key. I didn't sell this custom carpet. This is a very rare color, this moss green. Not a lot of them had that. Didn't want to sell the airbag because it was out in the weather and I don't trust it. That one was smashed up in the front, so didn't trust selling that. I just cut all this out. I'm going to cut this thing up, so we just had to pull the fuel tank out of it and get that liquid gold out of there. And gas isn't actually that expensive right now, but it's going back up, so I used a lot of little odds and ends for mine, which really saved me some money, like the trunk carpeting and clips and just little stuff like that. Parts cars can really save you a lot, even if it's only $5 here and $5 there. That's stuff you don't have to wait for and don't have to spend time to go pick up. So now it's time to get rid of this car. I think we're gonna close up Scott's Lexus Emporium, at least this chapter of it, because that quarter is really the only big piece, and since I cut so much out on it, I'm not really gonna save it. That suspension's pretty rusty, so don't wanna save that, but there are a couple little things I might save. So maybe a wheel liner, stuff I can ship. You got some wheel locks with the key. So if anybody wants any of this little stuff, or you see something in the video that you need, let me know. We're having a fire sale. I'll send it to you for whatever it costs me to ship it and, well, pull it off for you. So I got a couple taillights. Actually, I have both taillights for this car. Some of the deck lid taillights off the other one I just did. But yeah, I think I got my use out of this car. I really can't complain. And if you're tired of seeing Lexus IS 250s, well, you'll be happy because this looks like the end of it. So hopefully that gave you a little insight into my business and answer some questions that you might have had on the channel. Now it's time for me to Get a couple pieces of aluminum off this car and drop the gas tank out of it, and the rest of it's going to the scrapyard, and the aluminum is worth a little bit more, so it's worth the time to take it off and throw that in a separate pile. And then the rest of it going in the pile. You know that dump trailer I rebuilt? That's where this goes. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.